All right, then. So you guys head back to your mother's place, and it's it's this one bedroom like apartment up in the slum district of Luskan, all that you could afford. And she's sitting there currently like growing out of her skin in like this dark, dusty room. She's middle-aged woman, probably used to be attractive, but now she's growing out of her skin. And yeah, thank you, Deadpool the Mad, for following. Welcome, my friend. So yeah, she's
so great to see you.
Oh, it's so nice to see you, kids.
Oh, you're beautiful still.
it's still beautiful. Oh. You don't look a day over.
We'll rub the lotion on those to see if we can get them out.
So yeah, she's sitting in her bed, and she's like, "Keith, Pearl?
Yes, mother. Yes,
Is that
mother.
you?
That's me, mother. Guess what, mother? Guess what we have for you.
Grab it out of the bag. Like,
Eggs. I'm hungry.
Well, we have eggs, mother, and I'll like pull Pearl over.
we got the lotion that we needed. You're gonna be better again.
Oh, excellent. Rub it in. Quick. I can feel myself growing out of my skin already.
Hurry, Pearl, she's dying.
Yeah, I like put a little bit on my hand, like.
I'm not dying, boy. Shut up.
Like rub it in my hand, like.
Oh.
How's that feel, mother?
Oh, that's good.
Oh gosh. Bring up it like oh.
Oh god. Oh boy. Okay. So yeah, that happens.
Just get out of here. Just get some food.
Yeah, it's actually not bad.
Give us a minute.
While they're doing this, I'm gonna like head to the marketplace to pick up some things.
Sure.
While he's rubbing the lotion on its skin.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
feeling steaks tonight after this, Kiefling.
Oh dear. So yeah, you head on to the market district. Are you looking for anything particular? Like most things can be bought really in Luskan.
Yeah, I guess at this point would be a good chance to just like, since we're gonna be gone for a while, maybe just stock up like food and stuff for her. So since we're not gonna be there to do it.
Yeah, you can spend like 10 gold on getting like a week's worth of rations or something. Around that kind of money.
Can I spend 15 and get even better rations for her?
Yeah, you get some nice
like
ones.
Grade A.
Yeah, you can get some really like upper classy kind of free range rations, organic shit.
I'm gonna surprise her. Yeah, I'll get 1 week's worth of decent food.
Nice.
You said 15 gold?
15 gold. There we go.
60. All right.
Welcome to ERP, boys. That should be another clip on the erotic roleplay montage, which I'm making at the moment.
Unintendedly erotic.
Yeah, imagine if you just came into the stream and all you say is like, oh,
What
yeah,
the
rub
fuck
it
is
on.
happening?
Like, and
How'd that fail?
weird part of the internet again.
If you're just joining in, this is Live Jasmine. Welcome. So yeah, you get some rations. Looking for anything else in particular, or you just getting some foods?
At this point, I'm not really familiar with like what weaponry and stuff would cost. Do I know of like any store that may sell like a better bow than the one that I currently have?
Yeah. So in terms of like how the I guess you get like nicer looking bows and stuff, like things which is like inferior, like stretch harder and do more damage and whatever. But in terms of like the game, for in D&D, it's like you get +1, +2, +3, so you can buy those. And they are in terms magical, because they're like imbued with certain woods and stuff. So you can get those. So they are in fact just like upgrades to your bow, or like a better bow. It's a +1 bow, so in theory it's magical, but it doesn't necessarily have to be.
Would I know that this is like in my price range right now, or this is just
probably not on 100 gold. You could get like a fair like standard like armor equipment sort of stuff for 100 gold.
Gotcha.
A basic bitch adventurers.
I know pots are really expensive. That I'm completely out of range on those as well. Yeah, I don't really think that there's anything worth buying at this point. I'll just head on back with the groceries then.
Cool. So you come back with your bag of groceries, walk in to the back
I'm
where
sorry.
the lotion has been finished rubbing in.
Washing my hands off in like a water bucket beside the bed, like
Yeah.
back so soon.
She's like she's like in the mirror, like looking at her like normal halfling face again. Yeah, she's very happy to be back. Dark long hair, fully like normal kind of skin, like the kind of stretch marks are going, and the weirdness is reforming into what's a comely halfling face basically.
It's nice to see you back to normal again.
Oh, it's good to be back. I had that. I don't know how I got halflingitis, but I am very, very thankful.
Me neither, but thankfully, none of us have proven to have it either. So I mean,
Yeah,
at least
hopefully it's not genetic.
right. Well, it'll be good to know that Keefling has returned, and we have done many things to get that lotion for you. We've actually done things we're not so proud of, but
I'm proud of everything.
you're proud of going to the sewers and picking out mushrooms, and that's what we had to do, by
To
the way.
save Mother's life.
We did go through some.
Very
I appreciate it. Thank you very much, boys.
He's not proud of it, Mother. He was too good to get dirty to save your life.
Please.
He always tries to fight. He
No,
always
right.
does this.
Boys, not now. We're celebrating the fact that I'm cured of halflingitis.
Thank you. Exactly, Keith.
And be like, and to celebrate, no, drop it on the table and just kind of like sprawl it all out, like.
You spoil us, Keith.
Who's the shitty son now?
I'm gonna get the stove on immediately, and I'm gonna look at the table like, oh, what we got here? Tell us, what have we got?
Well, first things first, I got some potatoes, since apparently those aren't easily come buyable. So,
I remember the last time I had potatoes.
some free-range chicken.
Free range. Look at that.
Wow, fancy.
No GMOs. No GMOs.
Exactly.
Fully
No one's
organic.
gonna be getting cancer anytime soon.
Already got
Just
halflingitis.
halflingitis.
I know. We got another thing on the plate. Literally.
On
Oh,
Santa
hey.
didn't touch these things. I don't know what else would have gone with it.
Yeah, some sausages, some nice cheese, whatever.
So I
Wine
throwing
maybe.
around, like juggling the potatoes. How are we gonna do these? Like, oh,
Boil them, mash them, stick them in a
throw in
stew.
the stew. Oh god. What we're thinking, mashed or we're doing boiled? Choose. What do you want to do? Like, I've got the knife ready.
Well, I mean, you have to boil them to mash them anyway. So why don't we boil them and then mash them?
And then stew them.
Stew them.
do we got cheese? We've got cheese. We put some melted cheese in these potatoes. Oh,
Yes, good idea. Yes, and she starts like getting to preparing lots of the food and stuff, and throughout the course of the evening, you guys have a royal feast. Well, what is a royal feast to you guys who've never had, any kind of like proper food? You've been living off of like a dried fish and tough jerky meat and stuff like that.
and I'll stop her right there. Like, Mother, watch this. Now I'll get the scrying orb, like press station the fire on the.
It's like starts burning like raging fire. She's like, put it out. Yes.
Oh, you're burning the house down.
Damn it, I haven't honed my skills yet.
Throw some water over it and it dies down a bit. And she said, where did you get something like that? What?
I mean, let's talk about it over dinner. I mean, it's
Okay.
quite the story.
Okay, I've been interested to hear it. So, you guys cook your food. You start tucking into a hearty halfling meal, which is double the size of a normal person's meal because do love your food, you guys.
No,
And of course, I guess do you just like relay the story? Did you tell it truthfully, or you withholding anything from her? Or?
I would say like
I'm gonna tell it truthfully. I mean, she has the right to know, and
maybe just like leave out the part with the big
the
8-foot,
portal.
the arcane brotherhood and all that, and the gatherers.
Yeah.
Just like we're just helping the apothecary.
Yeah.
And some more exotic ingredients. Maybe there might be a little danger,
Yeah.
but
Good
Gotcha.
things in life aren't free, you know. we have
I won't make you roll because like you can lie to your mother and she'll
He
believe
says
anything
we're
you two
special,
say.
Mother. He says we're special.
Who is this man, and is he on the register?
He actually is. Yeah, but he was never charged. He was never charged. The charges were dropped. So
True. I mean, we did get into
he
the
touched Pearl.
Sensibly, he touched me, Keithling. I was not defiled.
He fingered him.
Defiled.
He fingered him around the forehead.
He did put 2 fingers on my forehead.
Boys, please. So, like, he gives you that stern kind of like a mother look, you know. Like,
Sorry, mother.
like you still can't swear around your mother or anything. And she's like, well, I think it's very exciting, and I think you should do this because you know it could start a career for you too, and it's just what you need really. And so I do it, but write to me, you know, as often as you can. Whilst you're on a ship, get me the contact details of your captain and you know the pigeons, and I'll be able to send out the carrying pigeons and the ravens to message you. You know, stay safe. Don't feel like you have to do anything you don't want to do with this man. Most importantly, even if he pays you lots of money.
Pearl.
I mean, all right, fine. I'll get my coin back out. Like, well, if on that note, let me give you 10 gold. Like, it might not be much. But whilst we're gone, let's see if you can get some groceries for yourself and take care of yourself as well.
Okay, well, thank you.
I'll take off 10 off.
Okay. Yeah, so she takes this and she's like, well, you've certainly come into a bit of money, so this is a good stroke of luck for you two. So hopefully this will continue and we can, yeah, we can start a new life here, I think, here in Luskan.
Maybe one day you'll tell us more about upbringings in Luskan, but
Well, when you return, I'll tell you some more of your father and our former life. Yes.
I appreciate that. And what are our sleeping arrangements here? Are we all like sleeping in one bed?
Nah, tiny little cribs probably. You know, like tiny little like mattresses on the floor which you guys sleep on, and you assume you let your mother, because she was ill, sleep in the bed.
Yeah. Keithling. And I guess, hey, I cooked. You're cleaning, Keithling. Get the place. I'm gonna get ready for bed.
Can't you just clean them with your poof?
Last time I tried to set the oven just alight, I nearly burned the house down. You think cleaning them may just shatter them? We can't afford to replace a
Very
plate.
possible. Well, we can afford now.
Oh well,
We live in the high life.
If we don't have to spend the money, let's not spend the money getting plates.
Yeah.
Alright,
She says, "Are you
rubbing on them?"
Yeah. She says, it's late. I'll do that. You should go see this captain woman. She sounds important. I'll do the washing up, and you can come back in and I'll have cleaned everything up if you like.
I'll just drop it and be like, okay. Open the door.
Keith.
She offered, you know. We kind of have to get to Hartush and Refnor before it's too late as well.
And before I exit the house, I'm like, we'll be back at a decent time, I promise. We'll
Yes, before midnight, please.
Shut the door. I'm like, all right. Where to, Keithling?
Alrighty. Then we're looking for the Red Sail Tavern. Do we know of this tavern pretty well then?
Yeah, you'd know. It's a pretty reputable tavern for where like sailors like to stay. Yeah, it's a rowdy tavern. You guys might not like frequent it yourselves, or you might do because you know, Keith, you've got this other this racket going on basically where you have a different personality and persona. You pretend to be someone else to scam people into getting money. So maybe you're going in your guise, or maybe you've been here before and people know of you. You can decide. So do you reckon you've been to the Red Sail Tavern before, or is it a place that you'd avoid as of until now?
I would say that for the sake of this, I've never really visited it. I do this more kind of in like the slums and the back alleys versus like in well-lit public establishments.
Gotcha. Yeah.
You know, kind of swindle people like in underground games versus just open ones.
Gotcha. So yeah, you'd know where it is just by reputation. Just down by the docks, basically, where the sailors are all drinking. So you guys, head through the evening darkness. Plenty of guards on patrol, people walking the city. It's mostly drunk people, because Luskan's not a good place to be sober in, basically. But it's if you're as poor as most people are here, then it's good to have a few drinks down here. as they're definitely getting behind in the red sail as you come to it. It's got this logo of like a red sail on it to clearly mark it out in crimson red. And lots of rowdy kind of shouts and banter going from within the tavern. There's music playing, sailor kind of music. Lots of pipes and flutes and the sort from within. And yeah, you can hear the general hubbub as you're standing outside. There's bouncers on the door, checking that you're well, not too drunk to enter, basically.
I'm gonna hold Keepling before you step any further. Look, let's get some ground rules. No swindling. Don't look at people wrong. We're halflings. We're probably gonna get our ass kicked. They're all gonna be drunk. Please don't drink too much, and don't develop any information that we wouldn't want anyone else to know. Okay? Ground rules. Before we go in here, just putting it out there, being the bigger brother here. Let's not get in trouble.
Me? Swindle?
Yeah, you.
I would never.
I'm gonna look into his hand. Do I see he's got those damn cups in his hand? Like,
oh, they're in my bag. But
yeah, like, did you bring the cups?
Of course, I brought the cups. We're going to a bar.
No, don't get the cups out. Promise me you won't get the cups out.
Well, yeah, you weren't complaining when the cups got you dinner last week. Yeah.
Well, regardless, these are dangerous people in here. They're probably gonna gut us if we say the wrong.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna cup anybody.
Promise me. Promise me you won't get the cups out.
I'm gonna cross on my fingers behind my back and be like, yes, I promise.
Okay. Good. All right, let's go.
Cool. So the bouncer at the door are like two haggard-looking sea dwarves, who, contrary to popular belief, dwarves do actually quite like their time at sea. They're quite used to the kind of weather-beaten effect, and they're quite stout fellows, so they keep their feet firm to the ground so they don't get too seasick. And so these two kind of look you up and down once, and then they're like, no drawn weapons in the bar, please.
Put my bow on my back then.
As you can see, I just have a backpack and a rope.
They kind of give you a quick kind of like frisk, and then like kind of let you through into the kind of chaos which is the Red Sail Tavern. There are people in here. Everyone in here is drinking or singing or dancing or bumping into one another. There's probably actually a couple of fistfights going on at the moment. There's gambling going on in one corner. People just like rolling dice, playing cards. There are people like arm wrestling. You see like two gigantic dwarves like arm wrestling one another, and all around here there are just like all these sailors like singing, sea shanties off in the corner. There's a level. Running upwards, there's a bartender who's also a dwarf, and he's got this big shaggy red beard, which he wears majestically, as he's serving all these different stains of ale, or rum, as the case may be for a lot of the sailors. So you just kind of enter this chaotic scene of like, oh god, like a million things happening at once.
Okay, first off, let's blend. I'm gonna go to the bar real quick. Do you want to sit and drink? Do you want a beer?
Have we ever like seen a high captain? Do we know that they like normally would wear anything specific? Or?
They typically wear like the typical kind of tricorn hats of a pirate captain. So you also know she's female, and there aren't too many kind of women here who aren't just like serving waitresses or something. It's a pretty kind of macho society. And so the fact that she's a woman and a high captain probably says something about how dangerous she can be.
I'd like to try and spot her out in the initial crowd here.
Sure,
she's probably going to crowd around her.
Yeah, roll me a quick perception check.
And I'll do the same. I'm going to look for a woman with a pointy hat.
With a pointy hat, excellent. Yeah, you you see suddenly you see women with pointy hats everywhere. Oh god.
Well, we are damn pirates everywhere, I guess.
Yeah, right. But Keith spots one in particular, and they're off in a corner, a group of them, and she's in the center of them, kind of laughing along with a bunch of these sailors, probably like 5 or so sailors around her. you know, big kind of tattooed guys, you know, kind of a lot of them bare-chested, and they can see like the you know, like, the kind of weather-beaten effect of like the salt on their skin over the course of years. They've got this kind of like salted skin basically, and she appears to be a woman. She's got a darker skin, and there's kind of one kind of braid of hair down to one side, which is black. And she appears to be having this like tricorn on. She's laughing along, got a mug of ale in one hand. Fairly attractive looking from this distance. No, not a stunner or anything, but she's you know, she's a good looking girl.
Like on a 1 to 10, what are we looking at here?
I'd hate to say. I'd hate to say. For Keith, it totally depends on what kind of women he's into. But you know, she's an attractive woman, and you know, you've seen a woman around Luskan. They're not, you know, renowned for their beauty.
She will destroy you. She will destroy you.
And ride my seas, you know what I'm saying?
She will destroy your pelvis. Okay.
All right.
They call her the pelvis destroyer.
The snoo, the bringer of the snoo.
She knows that Elion has basically paid for passage for 2 people, but she doesn't know who they are. Is that?
Yeah. So she said that she'd agree to the pay if she liked the people, essentially. So she likes the pay, but if she'd pay, she doesn't. Yeah, she's picky who she sails with.
Gotcha. All right.
So do we? We're on the side.
Let's find out something about her before we just go up there.
Yeah, let's go around. Let's talk to people.
Some drunk people or drunk sailors.
Let's split up. Do you want to get a drink before we split up? I want to get a beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm gonna approach the bar and I see a bar stool, so I'm just gonna like climb up him. Guess he's right on my side. So I'm like,
Yeah.
hi.
Hello. Can I help?
Yes. Hey, what do you want?
I'll take a liter of your finest ale.
And I'll have a Luskan spirit.
They come in pints, not liters.
Okay. I will get a beer.
Come in pints.
They come in pints. It's that.
I'm having a hard time picturing a pint. That's a lot for a half.
That's a fucking you.
Okay. I'll take a pint then.
I'll take a point too, actually.
Yeah, he's like, you know, does a tap, kind of hands you his massive kind of his steaming mugs of ale.
I'm like, hey,
how much is this?
He says a gold piece each.
Oh, no, flick my gold piece. I'm like, thank you.
And I'll flick him another one after the initial pay, and I'll ask him like, what do you know of Hartushan Refnor over there? I've heard some stories, but what do you know of her?
I call her the Black Heart. She's well, bit of a scary one by all accounts, but she's good sailor, good captain.
Is she known for anything specific other than, you know, obviously the Black Heart, but like, has she done anything on any specific voyage maybe that she's renowned for?
Recently she came back after pillaging 10 merchant ships with just of her one, and never been done before, so she did win great honor and
That's pretty impressive.
respect for that.
Okay.
How's her ship there? Have you seen it?
From last I heard, she's a good one, and
Very nice.
she's been repaired now in the bay.
What color sails does it have, out of curiosity?
Black sails with her insignia on. Black.
Okay. And what's her
It's
insignia look like?
Hartushan.
Black sails. And what's the insignia look like, out of curiosity?
Like your hat, but black.
A black hat with black sails. I like it. All right.
It's got a little white outline so you can see the thing, you know, the heart properly. It's real nice.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you know what she's drinking tonight, by chance?
Yeah, he's like, Ale Neverwinter rum, and he like shows you this fine bottle.
How much for the bottle?
You got 10 gold for the whole thing.
No. Flick him 10 gold. I'm gonna buy the bottle off of him.
Flick 10 individual pieces of gold at him. He's like catching them out the sky. Dance, monkey, dance.
I'll just grab the next one. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. He's.
He's
and I'll take the bottle and be like, Pearl, let's do this.
Well, okay. I would like to drink my drink at the bar, just make it lighter so I can actually just hold it around the.
Yeah.
It's a little heavy right now, so I'm like tipping it.
Just cuddle it, yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, you head over to the corner where she's currently sitting and drinking, and kind of the laughter kind of subsides as you get closer to them, as you're.
They notice us
Yes, they
walking up
notice
to
you,
them,
yeah,
like
yeah.
approaching them.
Yeah.
I'll make
All
it
right,
so-
and
make it
I'll kind of look at her like, Hartushan?
and slamming on the table like.
Yeah, and she looks up at you and says, "What's it to you?"
And I'll set the bottle down. I heard you were drinking here at the tavern tonight, and I wanted to have a discussion with you, a few words, if you will.
Yeah, she raises an eye at the bottle, and then she just like takes it before you offer, and she's like uncorks it, starts pouring out some drinks for everyone.
I think we have a mutual friend here, Elion, the medicine merchant over there.
Oh, the old man, yes. Yes.
Yeah, he's told us the amazing stories of how you, how you pillaged those 10 ships recently, and just with your own, that's amazing. You know, it's unheard of. I wouldn't believe it if it wasn't coming from Elion. You know, I know he would never lie about it, but that is truly an amazing story.
You're
And
saying you haven't heard tales of me before?
Oh yeah, I mean it's all he talks about is some of the things that you've accomplished. He mentioned that he's talked to you and we're looking for some passage to.
That's right. The Whalebones is
Whalebone
to go,
Island,
isn't
yeah.
it? Yes.
And he mentioned that the Black Heart may be available for purchase.
We're sailing that way. Yeah, we're sailing that way.
And we heard you've got the finest ship in this dock as well. The Black Sails and the Black Heart killed it. Love it.
She says it's a personal touch. She says, but what does interest me is why you really want to go to the Whalebones.
And I'll look at Keithlin like, well, regions, really. Wolfsbane, Glowshroom.
And I'm gonna cut him off and be like, Pearl, she's clearly smart enough to know that no one travels to the Whalebone just for reagents. You know, that would be silly of us to try and pull that terrible of a cover over on you. But as a high captain, I'm sure you understand that you can't always tell everyone everything. I can tell you it is of great importance, and we must get there, and we will do anything to get there at this point. And we would be more than happy to help out on your ship while we travel there and make sure that we, cover our way. Plus, obviously be getting paid as well. So.
He's good at swabbing.
That's useful. Have any of you ever sailed on a ship before? I require all people on the ship to man her at all times.
I'm sure we can catch on.
We haven't, but we learn quickly. We can definitely be.
We're pretty small. We have good good eyes. We can be on the crow's nest.
Cool. One of the sailors next to her is just gonna toss a dagger at you. He's just gonna throw a dagger at you, Keith.
I'd like to try and use dexterity to snag it out of the air. And grab
Give me a dex saving throw.
by the handle.
Yep.
And you want to use dex for this?
Yeah, dex saving throw would be good.
Like a saving throw?
Yeah, saving throw just to kind of catch it.
All right. Fuck, lucky.
Lucky. Jesus Christ, that's 3 nat ones that you should save from. Lucky is the best thing. Alright.
That's
So-
what I picked.
So yeah, on an 11, you kind of manage to clumsily kind of just catch it and cut yourself a little bit, but then you catch it, and then she's going oh, not bad. I guess you'll
Yeah,
do.
I mean, I've been drinking. It's it's. I can do better. Yeah. Try me again later tonight, and I'll definitely impress.
I'll try and press it. Is there candles on the
Yeah.
I'll be like, get the scrying goblin out. Let's see if I can light them or something.
Tables up.
What do you think?
Yeah. It lights up and she kind of raises an eye. A magic user could be useful. Alright then.
Indeed.
This intrigues me even further as to why you're traveling to the Whalebones, but I will remain. I'll allow your discretion to remain. Very well. The men might not be used to you immediately, so if they give you a hard time, then deal with it.
We
I
can
don't
be
expect
a
to give you
tough
any special treatment just because you're paying for your way.
No, I wouldn't expect
Okay.
anything of the sort. You know, we will carry our own weight for sure.
And if it comes to it, if we run across a neighboring ship that you potentially don't like, we'll also help you in defending the ship, attacking the ship, looting the ship, whichever you prefer.
Very good. I like the sound of that. Excellent. Now, drink with us tonight, and we'll share this fine bottle of Neverwinter rum, and be set sail tomorrow. So, drink up and drink as much as you can, because tomorrow we'll be on the sea.
Cheers. I'm gonna start like trying to tip the
Take a shot of the rum and
Yeah,
drop it in my beer like a Jaeger bomb, basically. Have you seen this one? Drop it in. Just throw that in it.
Whoa. Nice. So yeah, you guys continue to drink throughout the night. What do you roll me Constitution saving throws just for a laugh to see how you guys actually end up?
Before 1.
Fair.
Jesus.
10.
3.
You're trashed.
Perfect. So yeah, Keefling at the end of the night is absolutely trash. He agrees to.
You wanna see my
he-
I told you not to.
He agrees to
You
like a
wanna
knife
see my
catching
cup,
competition,
dude?
which goes like terribly wrong. You know, in the night he's like strapped up against one of those like rotating boards which goes around, and they're just like lobbing knives at him. But yeah, Pearl, you're gonna have to
just
carry him
happy
back.
to be involved.
I'm just happy to be here, guys. Happy to be one of the boys. And the sailors definitely give you guys a bit of a hard time, like, you know, making you drink way more than you want to, basically. It's like, they're like, drink, you're like, down it, all the time. So it comes to, like, the morning, and I'm guessing at this point, like, it's dawn. Like, you guys are, like, passed out on, like, the tables in the red sail. And then you get, like, a swift kind of kick to wake you guys up. Wake up, lads!
I'm gonna can I make a perception check? Did I do something I shouldn't have? Like, did I get a tattoo inked or something? Like, oh, what happened?
Does his asshole hurt? Is it sore at all?
17. What did I notice anything
17
on
on a perfect number. You are fine, but you do like recall something happening to Keithling, and he actually, as you look up at him, he's actually got, you know, like you get those like these tear like tattoo things, like those terribly tacky tear tattoos. He's got one, but it's like a black heart.
Oh no!
So like he's like, you remember last night? He's like, I love you guys so much that I'm gonna get one of your tattoos, like, because they all have them, you know. All these sailors have these tattoos all over them. So he's got this tiny little like heart tattoo all over him.
I would like look at him like,
What happened last night? Holy crap. Ugh.
I'm not gonna tell her about it. I'm like, nothing.
Yes. First of all, he'll never know because mirrors aren't like common.
Nothing. Keep like nothing.
So yeah, there's
so good.
this man standing over you. He appears to be one of the sailors that you were with last night. You vaguely remember this man's name to be Old Wick. He's like the first mate of the ship, and he says, "Are you awake and alive?"
Barely alive. I feel like my stomach's about to come out of my mouth, but.
Well, there's still time to turn back if you don't want to go on this voyage of us. And you see he's like drinking rum from the bottle, despite the fact he's been drinking all night.
Soul and fresh air is going to be good for me, I think, and obviously he needs to be dragged out of here, but we'll be good.
Body hurts.
I don't know if this one's seaworthy, and he gives you another kick.
I'll snap up like, oh, I'm good. I'm good. I'm good.
It's more like it.
Why is everybody yelling?
I grab my stuff off the table like, all right.
Now then. And then he looks at Keith and goes, "Nice tattoo," and then turns out and like says, "Follow me."
Oh, look at him, just grin, and I'm like,
Around like.
Nah, you're all good. Don't worry. Yeah.
You're good.
No tattoos here. So yeah, you see the barman
Cheek
like.
hurts for some reason though.
Yeah, this is
Really sore every time I smile.
The barman nods to you and gives you kind of a bit of a laugh when as you guys pass by, gives you a nod, and then he's like, "Come again soon." And old Wick's like, "Come on, lads, we've got a ways to go yet." And he leads you down to the docks. Go ahead.
I'm gonna peck his arm around my neck and just like try to like help him out with something. Like, come on.
I can walk on my own.
He's like wobbling. Like,
Leo.
yeah. Perfect. So you come to the docks where there are all these ships in the docking at the moment, and you can see like the repairs have just been kind of finished on Hartushan's ship. And yeah, you know, you see the trademark black sails, black hull, a little white outline on it, and you can actually see her at the kind of tiller, you know, at the head of the ship, just like ordering people around. You know, there are hundreds of sailors on a ship. It's like a frigate. It's like a huge kind of you know, man of war kind of ship. One of the Luskan's finest ships, and so yeah. You come to it, and old Wick is like, well, and as you come aboard, all these kind of sailors running to and fro, like working ropes and, you know, swabbing decks and stuff. And he's like, now which of you is good with heights?
Pretty good.
You. And then he like picks you up and like throws you up onto the like the main the main sail, and so he like starts scaring up there until you get to the crow's nest where you're gonna sit and kind of look out.
I'm kind of like clinging really hard to like I can do this.
Yeah. You can see all of Luskan from here as well. It's quite breathtaking, really. It's a lovely day as well, so you know, it's good clear air. You can see all of Luskan's you know, disgusting kind of layout, and you know, the smell of fish from up here is much better. It's just clean sea air. And then he turns and says, now which one of you, and he looks back at Keithley there and what's left, is good with a mop, and then he like shoves you this mop and is like, get swabbing.
Take it, just be like, I am.
I'm the best at swabbing, sir.
I like
this and this shit, you know.
I'm glad I picked this. Glad I picked this one.
Yeah, let the seagulls peck at Perla. This is way better.
I'm actually going to be practicing some of my try to do some magic, like hit the seagulls out of the air whilst we're sailing.
You gotta burn the goddamn shit, bro.
I'll be fine. I'll do it safely.
Perfect. So, yeah, I can imagine Pearl being up there being like, you missed a bit, like... there we go. So, after about an hour of, you know, of working on this ship before anything gets going, we set sail, leave the harbour of Luskan for the adventures which may lay out to sea in the whalebone. So yeah, you guys start heading out on the ship out in the harbour. You kind of go past these several little islands, which there are 5 islands on Luskan itself. Where different kind of structures and buildings and towers are built up on, and the ship kind of works its way out of the harbour, out into the open sea, and there are lots of fishing ships rather out here, and you know, smaller vessels and stuff, and lots of sailors go by, and they like they call out to the captain, wishing her good luck and good winds on her travels. Yeah, she's pretty famous around here, so everyone kind of knows her. And the sailors start up a sea shanty. And get the momentum going as you guys set out to sea. So what we're going to do is we're going to do a little kind of mini kind of encounter, mini kind of game, I guess, which is a kind of travel mechanic. And so for long voyages and journeys, you know, traveling can just be a pretty boring thing in D&D, where it's just like, so you travel for a while and then you're there. You know, or maybe it's like you travel, you have a fight, and then you're there. So what we're going to do is actually give some kind of creative control over to you guys. So this is the kind of travel mechanic we've been doing recently on Encounter, which is you guys are going to think of a problem or an encounter or something which happens whilst you guys are traveling. So, for instance, maybe the ship runs a reef, and you have to go and fix it. Maybe you see a merchant vessel and you're going to go and attack it, or whatever happens. Or there's not enough food on the ship. We need to get some food, etc., etc. You create the problem, and then you tell us how you're going to go and solve that problem. And then you make a relevant skill check. So, for instance, if it's like, okay, we're running out of food and we're going to magic up some food, it'll be an Arcana check. And if you succeed, then it's good. If you don't, it's bad. And that kind of mechanic.
Okay.
So
I say merchant ship.
I say
we'll have kind of several rounds of this sort of stuff. So lots of shipping fish. Yeah, I really ship the fish. So yeah, we'll go in rounds. So we'll have Keith, you go first. So as you say, like you say, it's the first day, just out of Luskan, on the open seas. What happens?
I'd say, knowing that they just pillaged 10 ships, some sort of revenge, whether it be a captain of one of those ships come back for revenge, or like the captain's brother.
Yeah.
Somebody's tried to intercept the Black Heart to have some sort of revenge.
So, yeah, that makes sense. So in this scene, we'll say Pearl actually spots a ship, and you've been told to sight any ships that you see which don't look don't normal.
Ship sighted.
And you hear Old Wick relay that to the captain. Ship sighted. Like starboard. And Keith, you look over and you see this big kind of man of war ship coming towards you with these kind of white sails. And then Old Wick shouts out, "It's the hateful executioner of the East." And then all the different sailors are kind of like going to their kind of war stations. Of everyone's to their battle stations, and then Hartushan's there, kind of like shouting out the orders, and Old Wick is just kind of relaying into the rest of the ship because it's so huge that you can't be heard on the whole thing. And so she's just like bringing it around. So Keith, what are you doing? Is you see the ship coming towards you, just come from like the side of you?
I'd say I would find someone that's like manning some sort of a cannon or something, and be there to I know I'm not really like good enough to lift anything into it, but be there to fire it, and while they're lifting it and loading or whatever, or cranking it to adjust which if it's too high or too low.
Getting the angle in it right and stuff. So you kind of bring them around as the ship kind of comes around for a broadside. You can still at these people on here, a mixture of dwarves and humans ship, as is your own crew, and they're sailing completely different sails. They're not a Luskan ship, a different kind of like style. They're more of a kind of Eastern style sort of ship, so like those ships like junkers and stuff like that, I think they're called. I don't know ships very well, but from like the Chinese style of ships in Pirates of the Caribbean is what I'm thinking here. And different kind of sails and stuff, and they're kind of coming around. You've got like the size, but they've got the speed on you. So why don't you roll me a perception check, because you're trying to get the angle of the cannons right. Just to see if you can. Oh, hello, nat 20.
Nat 20.
Hey, boy. So that's pretty perfect. So you bring them around. You realize that all of them are set to the wrong angle, and you kind of like set them to the correct angle. And imagine you're going to tell the rest of the people, like
Yeah, I'd be like, you there in the row, like those are pointed way, too high. You're gonna overshoot it.
These ones? Oh no!
Please, use common sense, people.
All right.
What are you doing with these people? They're not even looking.
They've got the cannons facing the wrong way. All right, and they bring them round, and then Hartushan, you hear her screaming up on deck, fire! And then there's like a bit where everyone like puts their ears in, like they set the fuse for the cannon, and they're like, and they, the momentum of them just like pushes everyone back on the ship, and there's like series of cacophonies of like different along the side, just raking the enemy ship. And Old Wick's like, "We got a good one!" And he says, he cries up to the crow's nest. He says, "Small one, what do you see? Did we get any?" Because in there, there's like a cloud of smoke basically up on the deck at the moment, because from all the cannon fire, so they can't see where they're going. So you up there, Pearl, currently have a pretty good angle. So you can see from up here that actually they're kind of bringing around. They've taken a pretty good volley from you guys, but they're just about to fire back any second now. You can see the kind of guys on the cannons about to kind of fuse.
And I'll relay that back down. Brace yourselves! Cannon fire incoming!
Brace yourselves! And then Cartouche's like, brace! And everyone like holds on to something. Keith, why don't you roll me like a dex saving throw as you're up here, to see if you're properly braced from this cannon fire here.
16.
16's good. So yeah, you feel like a cannonball just like whiz over your head as you look back. It like splits a mast. It's got several masts. It's that big. It like splits one of these masts. It comes like cracking down. It starts like crashing onto the deck, bringing all sorts of rope and sails with it. Pearl up on the crow's nest is safe. He's on like the main mast. And you see like people all around you start to like die and fall over and keel over from these like cannon fire, and like rips of their shredding the ship. Wood chunks flying everywhere past you. You see people dying not just from the cannonballs, but mostly from the splinters which the cannonballs create, because of like the wood chunks just flying everywhere, incredible velocity, and you just see that these people just like skewered on these things just into the deck around you. And Old Wick is just like he's got he's got his like bandana on. You can tell he's going full pirate. He's just like standing on the deck, like he's the only guy on the deck just standing there. And he's like, fire back, and like bring her around. And Hartushan's like bringing her around again. So what are you guys up to? As you've taken a hit, but they've taken hits before.
If the ships collide, not collide, but get too close,
yeah.
I'm guessing there's like a iron hook with a rope. Yeah. Try spin it and try hook the other mast and try like see if the ships will bring in closer from the lee.
Perfect. Yeah. So roll me like a ranged attack, just with your standard dex bonus. So it'd just be a 1d20 plus your dex bonus, because you're not proficient in, unless you're proficient in throwing weapons, in which case you can. The answer to your question, Irving, is a stream going until the regular stream starts. Yeah, it's going until about 3:30 to 4.
I don't think I have a dex bonus.
Okay.
I think I have a 2 proficiency bonus. Would that discount?
Unless you're proficient, are you proficient in thrown weapons? Because
I don't believe I am.
Yeah, because you're in a so. I think so. No, because you're a sorcerer. So we'll say that you don't. It's just a straight d20 at this point.
Okay.
See if you can hook it on, because you've never done this sort of thing before.
15.
15's good though. So yeah, you see the ships kind of coming in close to one another as those kind of broadsides are fired, and the tactics of the cannons kind of go down into basically firing like hooks onto, I forget the name of them. But yeah, they fire these kind of hooks onto one another to bring the ships closer in. And it starts to be kind of pirates and sailors kind of swinging from rope to rope onto other ships. And Old Wick, like, he gathers a bunch of men. And Pearl, you can like jump down, swing down onto the deck, onto the enemy deck with them. If you
I'm gonna do that.
Yeah, because Old Wick is like, right, everybody, and then he like draws his sword and he's like. Fire! And leap over, basically. He's gonna like throw his own one over, like grapnel hook, and everyone starts like jumping over and leaping over into these ships, and he's basically leading a kind of warband over onto their ship. And Hartushan, you see the captain as well. She's just drawing her sword and she's going down there with her saber as well. So Keith, are you going to be joining them?
I'll be firing arrows from I'll get up kind of on like the higher deck of the boat and try and fire across at anyone that's like about to shoot a cannon, or anyone that's fighting swords or whatever the case is.
Sure. So roll me like a ranged attack then. See if you can spot any targets of opportunity here. So let's see what you get. A 9 isn't brilliant. So yeah, in midst of chaos, you fire some shots off, but you haven't got your range tool. There's a lot of smoke in the way. A lot of reasons why you're not performing too well here. But Pearl, you're on the enemy ship right now. You're in the midst of combat with hundreds of pirates and sailors fighting one another and like running each other through sabers and pistols and.
I want to swing and see if I can land on someone's head. Like,
nice. Perfect. So yeah, you can just like land this guy's head. Are you like gonna like attack?
Get my dagger out and go.
All right, roll me a dagger attack at advantage, because you managed to swing down onto him.
He's all hopped up on Luskan do. He's coming at you like a spider monkey.
Is that just a regular melee attack on D20?
Yes, so yeah, roll at advantage. So
Nat
Nat 20, got it.
Baby.
Oh baby, yeah, Irving, we're going to do the view decisions for the next stream. For this one, we've done Twists of Fate, of which we've already had one, and I think at the end we'll have another Twist of Fate, which is it's going to be fun. So on a Nat 20, you can just like slit this guy's throat straight away, jump onto the next guy, run another guy through as you like basically Hartushan. She's like blocking this like saber blow from this huge dwarf with like a cleaver, and she's like clearly falling back because the guy's just pretty strong. She's got a skill over him, but you know he's just going all at it. And as you like jump from this guy, just as he's about to bring a cleaver down onto her head, you know you kind of jump onto him and you can like just cut into his throat or cut into his eye and like take him down. And then there's like a brief second where she's like she nods to you and then she like turns, like runs another guy through, and you know continues the fight. So Keith, why don't you give me another longbow attack here?
Yeah, come on, Sherbo. Hey.
There we go, 17, the perfect number. So you, yeah, we're gonna say like there's a guy like, and you look, and his cannon is like pointed right towards you, and he's seen like you're one of the guys staying back, and he's like intent on killing you. And this is actually a halfling himself, and you know he's just about to light the fuse as you like find his arrow. And whereabouts do you shoot this guy?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the end of that.
Whereabouts are you gonna shoot him?
Oh, so like right as he's about to like light it,
yeah,
I'll like shoot one arrow and it'll like go through his hand and make him drop it, and he looks up and sees, and then I'll shoot like the second arrow and it just straight through the forehead.
Yeah, he goes straight down, just as awesome. So yeah, you guys kind of continue to fight amongst the ship. You won't go into like actual combat or anything like that, because you know there's a whole load of people involved in this fight. But eventually, you know, the kind of shock troops and the experience and the training of the sailors under Hartushan's command really shows through, and you actually fight through to the kind of captain of the enemy ship, who appears to be this gigantic kind of actual Goliath. He's a sort of Goliath races. He's huge and he carries this kind of massive maul in his hands. And at this point, like he's one of the last ones fighting, and you know people are saying that he is the executioner of the East, as he's known. No one knows his real name. And at this point, I mean, he's kind of surrounded. So like it's gonna be easier to fight him, or you can like try and make him you know submit or whatever. But
walk the plank.
Walk the plank. Surrender and walk the plank.
all right, why don't you guys roll me some intimidation checks as you get the kind of the crowd of your sailors going to force him to walk that plank. See if he wants to do it or not. I mean, 22. So Keith, how scary are you? I imagine at this point you're over on their ship in order to kind of intimidate
once we've kind of like done the initial wave, yeah. I'll cross over with the group there, and like as we kind of get him in this corner, I'll just kind of like start trying to almost like get the crowd, not just me intimidating him, but like looking at everyone else, like going like just cheering on, like walk the plank. He doesn't deserve. You know, he'll go down with the ship just like his brother did, or whatever the revenge is for this. Like,
and
die a noble death, and just kind of like.
On a 22, like he hears like the crowd shouting at him, and like Hartushan as well, and old Wickerlair's kind of screaming at the top of their lungs, and like he just like throws down his like massive maul, like hangs his head in shame, and he's like I have been defeated. And Hartushan comes up and she kind of like puts her saber back into her scabbard, and she says, "Executioner of the East, you have been defeated. Now, walk the plank." And like at this point, all the sailors like on the deck like find all the planks for him to walk on. But like he's a massive Goliath, so they like set out like 3 planks and like reinforce them, nail them down to make sure that it's gonna fit. And you see him like go up onto the plank at like her like sword tip basically, and you see him just like you know turn back and look at the ship which was once his, and then he says, "It was a good fight," and then he just like plummets into the sea. He doesn't need any prompting, in all fairness to him, and he just like he sinks like a rock. He's a Goliath. The guy was not really
noble death.
Yep. Yep. And so, God bless his heart. He is no longer with us. The execution of E. So you guys can like plunder the ship.
Plundering, and you rally like, yeah.
Yeah. Everyone cheers very loudly to the victory. And you're just a day out of Luskan at this point as you strip her for her component parts, repair the ship over the next couple of days probably with the parts used from the enemy ship. So that's kind of the first one, that's Keith's one. Pearl, on your turn, what happens next?
Oh, we both get one? No.
Yeah.
Oh god, I didn't even think to start her.
In big groups we have like 5 of them. Sometimes we have several rounds of this as well, just for big travel stuff. Yeah.
I'm going with the stereotypical sea monster. The tentacles of the Kraken. The Kraken. The Kraken.
Wow, you're doing it to yourselves. I don't even need to throw Kraken at you. You're just, you're just doing
we've got a trailing ship underneath there. Looks like little fishes. So we need to.
Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, you'll be trailing the ship behind you. Going a little bit slower, but hey.
Yeah.
There is a point where Old Wick's like telling you guys like scary stories, scary like sea tales and stuff at night. You know, it's a late night. You guys are up drinking with Old Wick. He actually gets fairly along well with you guys. He's actually one of the kind of more open members of the crew. The others are, not used to having non-sea folk on the ship, and so they kind of, you are seen as others to them. But Old Wick, he's drinking with you, and he's saying, "Aye, in these parts, in these waters late at night, they say that an ancient horror roams the depths of the sea. Her name is Charybdis."
Charybdis. I can't say I've heard about that. What is that?
She comes like a whirlpool at first. She sucks you in, the hapless souls at sea. And then come the tentacles to rip you down into her ocean, into her grip, where she feasts upon you.
This is just myth.
Sounds like a bullshit.
Yeah, this is just like a legend of the fisherman's tale.
Oh, if only it were, lad. If only it weren't true, but the thing is, I've seen her myself. Now, 10 years ago, I saw her this very same stretch of ocean. And, he, shows you his leg. He kind of pulls off the kind of prosthetic leg, which is there. Shows you, kind of peg stuff beneath me. He says, "She gave me this." And he, fits it back on. And he says, "And ever since I swore that I would return, I would take her down and give her some of my own vengeance."
A leg for a leg. That's what I say.
A leg for a tentacle. That works for me. And it's at this point you feel like a bump, like a big bump on the ship, like a boom, and everyone's kind of moved around a bit. It's like a jolt, all the kind of bottles kind of rattle and the ship kind of rattles around.
Turbulence.
Is this normal? What's going on?
And he looks up and it's like a single tear in his eye, and he's like, "Charybdis." She calls. He stands up and he starts shouting. He goes about doing his kind of first mate shouting. He's like, "Everybody get up! Get the wake the hell up!" And you salty dogs, and gets everyone kind of roused as you guys come outside, and there are lanterns on the ship on to keep her alight. And you see that there is indeed this kind of whirlpool kind of effect going on. You guys are kind of being drawn in to the center of a whirlpool. You're just on the outskirts, but you're kind of being drawn in. It looks like you're being bumped by something from underneath to draw you in closer. That's about where you stand at the moment. As the ship is just running around. Everyone's just trying to get to their stations and wake up. The sailors mostly drunk and asleep, kind of, you start to feel yourselves drawing in closer to the whirlpool.
I'm gonna shout, "Lose the ship! Cut the ship!" The one we're trailing, cut it!
All right, then.
The beast.
I like it. So why don't you give me either a, depending how you're doing this, it's either a persuasion or a intimidation check.
Persuasion, really.
To get them to cut this ship off, just to lop it off.
Okay.
See if they feel like it.
Nat
Nat
one, not rolled.
1.
21.
21, that's better. The amount of nat 1s in this is just
I
as well who goes to
know.
halflings. Like,
That's our luck.
you chose the right class. So yeah, on a 21, like you see these guys and they're like, "Aye, Captain," and like, they're so tired and like drunk they don't even know who you are. And they kind of run over and they're starting to like saw off the ropes of the ship and free her from her bounds. And you guys are like immediately like pick up some momentum and speed to like pull yourselves away from this. Keith, what are you up to? What's Keithling up to?
I guess at this point, like, I would probably. I mean, I don't really have much value here. How close to the Kraken thing are we?
To the whirlpool, you're probably like I don't know nautical terms, but yeah, you're probably several hundred feet still. So there's time to like.
I guess at this point, I would just be trying to like.
It's like no one manning the thingy, the not tiller, the whatever it is, the wheel.
Is there any like? There's like a harpoon gun.
Yeah.
Like, there, like maybe try and like man one of those and try and latch the harpoon onto like a tentacle or something. You know? If I can pierce onto one of it.
Perfect. So yeah, you see like. Just as you kind of man this harpoon can kind of bring it round, you see these kind of like tentacles like through the water begin to kind of undulate and whirl towards you, beginning to like try and pull the ship in closer. So yeah, why don't you roll me a ranged attack roll, plus your dex bonus. Again, you're not proficient in harpoon cannons, unfortunately, so no prof bonus. But yeah, so
So plus dex.
plus dex bonus, yeah.
Okay.
23 is not bad. So yeah, you manage to kind of like boom, as this cannon fires out this harpoon, latches into one of these tentacles, very kind of deep wound into this thing, and it immediately tries to retract. Like you see these tentacles like going backwards, like they clearly feel the pain of the harpoon cannons, and old Wick next to you is actually like similarly like he's got this like grin on his face as he's like trying to harpoon one of these tentacles as well, like, and he's trying to get other people to man all like the harpoon cannons and stuff to cause as much damage to this tentacle creature as possible, and then he shouts like, someone man the wheel, like Captain's on her way.
I'll run up like, oh.
Yeah, so you grab this massive wheel. Pearl,
Like
take the
jump
wheel.
up on one side to like pull it down.
yeah. Perfect. So why don't you roll with just an athletics roll, athletics check, just to like physically bring this thing around, because it takes some power to actually turn one of these things. So yeah, on a 15, you can you start to bring her around and start to exit away from the whirlpool rather than being sucked in. Combination of like the harpoon attacks and the bringing the ship around, and actually at this point like Hartushan kind of wakes up and she's here, and then she kind of like says thank you, and then she like takes the wheel, and she's like, get on one of those cannons, and
Aye, Cap.
and anything. So at this point, tentacles are kind of retreating backwards. You guys are being drawn away from the whirlpool just due to the fact you guys are getting out of here on the ship, and she's a swift one, and now you've been cut loose. And you actually see, as you guys are escaping, you look back, and the ship which you left there before, it does the Kraken from Paris 2, and it just is like and like crushed down by all of these tentacles. And then Keithling, you look back and you realise that old Wick isn't there anymore.
No.
And then you look in the water and he's swimming towards Charybdis.
No.
He's like, I'll
Rick,
get
what
you,
are you doing?
you bitch, I'll get you. So you guys gonna let him just run on?
No. It's not worth it, old Wick. Get up.
He's just jumped overboard, or is he pretty good?
He's just
I'm gonna
like a swan, he dove.
I'm assuming the harpoon that I've shot, like that's something you can like retract back in.
Yeah.
All right. Like I'll have retracted it back in, I guess, at this point, and I'm gonna attach like one of those floaty rings, basically. I'm gonna use some wire rope and attach that to the end of the harpoon and shoot it out past Wick to try and give him something to like be able to get pulled back on, basically. Like, Wick, it's not worth it. Stop it, you moron! I'm like,
you can't swim with one leg, you idiot.
Yeah, he's got literally
He's got like a fucking wooden leg.
like cork, at least it floats.
he's just doggy paddling through the water.
I hope I don't roll a nat one on this and shoot Wick with the harpoon.
It fucking spears him instead. Shit.
That's good. So yeah, roll me another harpoon attack. So, yeah.
Please no nat one. Well, I guess I could just lucky it.
Yeah, true. So yeah, on a 16. If you guys keep rolling nat ones, we have to nerf lucky. Yeah. 16 is pretty good. So yeah, you gotta like pull him onto it and start dragging him back as the shouts of like "man overboard" go on, and like the tentacles just begin to like collapse the ship and bring it down and just destroy it and into its pieces into the sea. And you manage to like pull back. Like with a bunch of other sailors, Keithling, you managed to bring back Old Wick until he's back up on deck, like wet, and like seaweed in his peg leg. And he's like, he's back on deck. He's like, you should have let me have him. Could have taken it.
You gotta let one beast go away so you have purpose in life. Hunt for another day.
So what I said 10 years ago. I'll be back, you bitch. And she leaves. She's just destroying and eating that ship for the rest of the night. So you guys end up managing safely to arrive at the whale bones the next morning. So it's probably been about 3 or 4 days travel whilst. You guys have been out to sea here. Do any of you guys need a quick 2-minute break or anything? You good?
Yes, actually I would. I need to take a pee.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind a quick little...
No worries, I'll hold the fort for a second.
Alright, right back.
Guys, how are you enjoying the show? How are you enjoying the new show? What are our thoughts for our new characters? Thank you, Myth, for the host. How you doing, buddy? If you guys are enjoying the show, make sure you hit that follow button and do join us tonight, because we are here for 6 hours, not just 3 tonight. Usually we're just here for 3 later, but this is our new show, and we're going to be going for a whole 6 hours. So next up, and I'll actually show you the the sexy overlay for this. We're going to be in the Curse of Strahd later, in just about an hour's time. We're going to be playing the Curse of Strahd, a new book from Wizards of the Coast. Thanks more for how you doing, buddy. And this little book here, you can grab it, exclamation point giveaway. Do hit that follow button and join us. We're here 5 nights a week playing D&D. We don't just play this show with Keith and Pearl. We play 5 others. We do 24-hour streams every single month, which Keith has been on before. So I heard this channel was giving out free D20s. Yeah, where's mine? I've only got a D12 to give you. I'm sorry, dude. There you go. I'll send it in the post. So yeah, I'm definitely enjoying the latest escapades of these 2 halflings here, as we're out to sea. We'll be back in just a few seconds. Yeah, thoughts on the session so far would be good to hear. I'm going to have another Twist of Fate soon. So if you weren't here earlier for the Twist of Fate, it's basically... thanks so much to our Stackles for following. You're welcome to the adventure, my friend. You are a gentleman and a scholar, so glad to hear it, Jen. I'm really glad to hear it, my friend. Put a lot of work into this campaign for these 2. So the Twists of Fate are basically a kind of predetermined straw poll by me. Well, not predetermined straw poll, but I have a set list of options for you guys to work from. To help kind of you guys influence the story, and of course you can always influence our story as per usual with your donations. And if you haven't checked out our Patreon actually, then you might want to do that, because you get a bunch of really cool rewards for these shows. Wouldn't you just love to give Keith and Pearl a natural 1? Well, now you can on almost every single roll. You can make them roll terribly, or you can make them roll really well. You can donate. All the donation information is down below. It's like £1 for inspiration or enemy inspiration. So there's a bunch of cool things you can do to affect our shows throughout the evening. So really excited to play the Curse of Strahd later on. We've got Lee back, we've got Colin back, and Cord. Gareth is still on honeymoon, so he won't be here, but we'll still have our 3 wonderful players joining us for Ravenloft adventures in just a little bit here. So, alright then, Keith, how are you, my friend?
Howdy, howdy.
Good. So Adam, what's up, Myth? So yeah, we were just you guys are going to arrive at the whalebones, and we'll have a twist of fate, I think, at the very end of the session, just as a kind of cliffhanger moment for you guys to see what happens next.
Out of curiosity, for these Twist of Fates, are these something we can go back? Like, can you show us the straw poll from earlier, or should we have no knowledge?
They might end up involving some spoilers for you guys.
If you know that it doesn't involve a spoiler, like at the end of the session, I would love to see just the different options and stuff.
Sure.
But yeah, if there's anything in there that's revealing it all, I won't be looking at them. What's up, Ben?
Good to hear it. Well, not so good to hear. I haven't played this week's Tavern Brawl in Hearthstone. You been playing any Hearthstone, Keith? I don't know if you play this.
No, I never could get into the card games. Paul does though. He's played Hearthstone quite a bit.
Well, card games are more Keithling's cup of tea. The way
yeah, exactly. Alter ego.
Yeah. Okay, let me just try out this Twist of Fate here. So you guys are going to arrive on the Whalebones right now. It's you arrive at about dawn. It's a kind of sandy beach, and you see along it, despite the fact this is a sandy beach, it's basically built up on literal whale bones, hence the name. And these aren't just any kind of small, normal whales like blue whale, tiny little thing like that. It's like a gigantic whale, the size of like a town, I guess, and built out of this kind of shelled out carcass of this whale is this the sand, which is over time kind of formed into the sort of silt to form a layer, and in fact there are even there's even plantation and like stuff growing around. There's some trees and like palm trees and stuff like that growing on this. It's very kind of tropical out here. It's much hotter than the continent from which you're from on the Sword Coast, which is much more famously miserable. It's a bit like England, really. So yeah, you guys play this music over. And so you arrive on this island, and the docks. There isn't really a dock as such. You just have to stop your ship, and by the way, really nice feature about Zoom is I can just mute you guys, which is super funny.
Thank you.
just to try.
Sorry.
No worries. Just testing it out. So yeah, you're arriving on this island, really hot. It's about dawn, and even for dawn, it's pretty blistering out here. And the ship kind of stops a ways out because it's too dangerous to go in close because of reefs. And they kind of give you a little kind of rowboat. And actually, Old Wick's going to sail you out there. I'm going to row you out there. And they start lowering it out. He says, "I'll be your horse and carriage for the day, so I'll be waiting on shore." As he's kind of rowing you guys out. As you reach your end, he says, "I'll wait here until how long we need? Until midnight or
Nightfall.
next day?"
I'd say nightfall.
What time of the day is this roughly?
Dawn.
Okay, we're at dawn. I'd say, I'd hate to say, how about the following dawn? If we're not back by the following dawn, then something is amiss.
I will follow the code.
Okay, if we want to do that. All right, so are we offshore right now with the rowboat?
Yeah, you can go into shore. And on this sandy beach, it doesn't appear to be anyone around, but you're in this kind of carcass of these whale bones, and off, I actually see smoke rising off in the distance. Not kind of black smoke of like a fire, and it's not like a burning down fire, but kind of like maybe a settlement or town.
I say we follow the smoke trail.
Do I notice, like, on the beach, are there any foot impressions of any traveling prior to us getting there at all? Anything?
Yeah. You roll me a survival check, see if you actually spot anything, and we shall.
I'd also like to make a survival check to see if I see any wolves bane.
Oh, sure, yeah, you can roll me a survival check, yeah. See if Alien was just completely bullshitting or not.
Got 15.
15 and a 14. Okay, so Keith, Keithling finds several tracks of what appear to be kind of human feet, perhaps slightly larger than the average human feet, mostly kind of male. Set of 4 or 5, maybe a kind of a group traveling together around here, which actually lead back in the direction of where the smoke is coming from. You don't find any wolfsbane in particular. But you do find all sorts of different mosses and herbs, which you're not entirely sure what they do necessarily. But wolfsbane is actually probably more of a thing which grows on the continent, and out here there's just weird flora which grows.
Okay. I'm gonna just if it's on our way, I'm not gonna go out of the way. I'm just gonna just pick some up.
Yeah, just grab
my bag.
Bits and see if they're worth anything. So I'm gonna actually drop the Twist of Fate into chat. This one's we'll see. I think I know what the decision for this one might be already, but we'll see. You guys can go and vote on that and see which one you want to happen, which Twist of Fate you'd like them to run down, and you can change the fates of our 2 adventurers here today, for better or for worse. We shall see.
We love you, Twitch chat.
Please, Twitch, be gentle. Lead us to the gold.
Oh yes, there's a difference between the instant death and a whole pile of gold. So it's up to you guys. We'll see. I'm going to see these results already. So okay, it's close to 9-4. But yeah, you head off in the heat towards this kind of village, and you kind of actually come into a sort of jungle area where it gets very, very hot, and even hotter than before, even more humid really. Humidity is a problem in here, and you all sorts of different weird kind of plant life growing here which you wouldn't see on the continent. Strange different colours of the plants and creatures as well. You see these kind of like squirrel-like creatures which are up in the trees. But they appear to have 6 legs, like an insect, and they kind of like crawl and scurry up here. But they do have like a fluffy tail, so some kind of like weird hybrid creature. Maybe you're not really sure. On the ground, the floor is alive with wildlife, so it's not. Not just this kind of like static floor that you're walking through. Look, the floor is kind of moving for the most part if you stop and look at it. Not just kind of ants, it's kind of big kind of fire ants as well, crawling around here. And then you also see spiders as well, and spiders here grow pretty big, pretty about the size of a hand, like a halfling hand. They can be seen kind of like actually like trapping these birds and stuff, bird-eating spiders, which can like leap up and like grab birds and stuff. You guys are perfectly safe from them. They don't appear to have any kind of interest in you guys, but they certainly do have an interest in eating whatever they can around here.
I'm gonna get some of that moss out of my backpack and just put it on my head and be like, I don't want to get hit, but I don't be eaten. If I look like moss, they're not gonna eat me, are they? Fair enough. like a big afro.
Girls just running around the mall.
Look, you got to look unappealing to them, Keithling.
Have we ever come across or heard of anything these like 6-legged hybrid things? Is this something that we?
Roll me a nature check. See if you've they've landed in Australia.
Right.
Oh, this one's closer than I thought, guys. Keep on getting these votes in, see if we can get a real decision here. So it's 7, Keith. You've never heard of these things, so you're pretty sure these things shouldn't exist. But it's a strange, weird world out there, and you guys probably haven't ever left, the big city, really, for the most part. So you're city boys, really.
I would like to. These are just in the trees randomly and stuff.
Yeah, scurrying around in the trees.
I would like to try and shoot one. I want to try and collect this and take it back to take it back and learn more about it. So
Americans, am I right?
I'm gonna attempt to fire an arrow at the closest one that seems distracted with something and maybe try and.
You're gonna hunt Cecile the lion next? Is that what's gonna happen?
These intrigue me. I want to kill it.
All right, roll me it.
You're killing An ancient tiefling with his
22.
attitude.
Oh wow.
22. Oh my
Well,
god.
So yeah, you just and you shoot one of these things down and go, and you see it, like fall from the tree and thud into the undergrowth.
I'm just gonna look. I'm just shake my head like you.
Does it appear that it's killed it or just like wounded it?
It's dead.
Dead. I'm gonna like kind of run over it and snag it and make sure it's dead. I'll like if I have to, like if it looks like it's even remotely alive, I'll like snap its neck, and I'll wrap it up in some of the cloth that I have here and put it in my bag.
Brilliant.
Investigate further. How would you like me to label this? Like I have one 6-legged squirrel.
Yeah. Until you find it, unless you want to name it. Because
Six-legged squirrel carcass.
As far as Keaton knows, he's the first one to ever find it. So in theory, you could be the ones to name these race.
Well, if these are the trees like different as well, you said.
Yeah, the trees are different. Yeah, like more kind of palm trees here and jungly trees rather than your standard kind of oaks and birches and stuff.
If I see a sapling, I'm going to try to uproot the sapling and take that.
Yeah, yeah. You take one. You can add a sapling to your inventory.
All right, cool. Hey, mother would like it. Okay.
Yeah, you put it in a room and she'll let it grow and
Exactly.
it was like you're on
Water.
holiday all the time.
And then maybe you can hang the dead squirrel off it as well.
Maybe you can stuff it and put it on a
Yeah.
mantle.
Find a taxidermist.
Yeah. So you guys
Alright.
head deeper into the jungle, and I'm gonna.
Yeah, kind of heading towards the smoke there.
The smoke.
And I think at this point, as we get closer and closer, we should probably try and use the surroundings to kind of stealth through and
I have
You
muscle
know,
meat.
maybe even like keep an open mind for looking or listening for anything that may be scurrying around us as well.
Sure thing. So yeah, why don't you guys, if you're sneaking, roll me stealth checks as you get closer to the smoke. All right, we're almost there on a voting, I think. Last chance, guys. The twist of fate. Ah, nice, very nice. So once again, Keith is slightly stealthier than Pearl.
Given.
Yep. As you guys are kind of, you're kind of tramping through the undergrowth, basically. You get closer to what appears to be this kind of village. There's these little huts around here, and appears to be kind of tribal kind of ceremony happening. Not really a ceremony so much as people are just kind of eating and drinking and talking together, and some music playing as well. But as you kind of snap a twig underneath your foot, a twist of fate occurs. Rocks fall, you die. No,
Yeah.
you hear this noise, and it's almost like it's an animal noise, but it's almost like a trumpet. It's almost like a roar / kind of trumpet noise, like kind of elephantine sort of noise coming from the undergrowth just out of the and it's only midday at this point, so you hear this pretty loudly, and you look over and you see what appears to be a huge creature, the size of how many elephants am I thinking? Like 2 or 3 elephants. 2 elephants, we'll say. It's got this like it's bipedal. It's got this kind of the head of it's clearly a predator head because its eyes are facing forwards, looking straight at you. It has whilst it has small arms, it's not like T-Rex kind of small arms. It's nowhere near as big as a T-Rex. It's it's kind of just kind of useless sort of arms, but they do have claws in them which look like they can be used for like pincering. And this thing is kind of perfectly camouflaged with the jungle. It's like in drab greens, just like the foliage around it. And you, how many Will's dongers big is this? 17 Will's dongers. You see it, and it's just like looking at you. And then as you like look at it, it lets out this kind of roar, and it's just looking at you.
Don't move.
just like freeze
Just
perfectly
freeze.
still and just
look and don't move. And see, does it do anything?
It's just staring at you.
Okay, let's slowly walk backwards.
Cool. It takes a big like thud towards you.
Okay, Frank. What do you want to do?
You see its snout like move and inhale, like sniffing the air, trying to tell if you're prey.
just kind of step back a couple more backwards, real slow, and
Throw the squirrel.
no, I'm not throwing anything at it.
Throw the squirrel.
If I throw something at it, it'll think I'm attacking it.
No, not at it. To the side. Throw the squirrel. It's smelling the blood of the fucking squirrel in your bag.
Shit. I'll like slowly reach into the bag, pull the squirrel out, and like throw it the opposite direction of it. Like if it's over to my right, I'll throw it over to my left.
Okay. Let's see. Make me an attack-based range attack. Just see how far out you can get it. Basically.
Throw that fucking pelt it.
Nice. So on a 19, hashtag throw the squirrel. Yeah. You you get this like 6
Fetch
squirrel and like, you launch it up as quickly as you can, and it just like turns its head, and then just begins to like thud towards that noise. Just
Run!
Once it like passes over me, I'm gonna like. I'm picturing like the way I see this is we're on a path. It's over on like the side.
Yeah.
It crosses over the path towards where I just shot this squirrel.
Yeah.
And like I'll grab Pearl's arm and just like scurry down the path the way we were continuing, like towards the smoke, and try and like maybe even like use some of the trees to block if it stop. Like we'll stop behind a tree or something, and hide.
Yeah. At a certain point, it kind of looks back around for you guys, and you're like backed up against the tree, like sniffs out for you. You hear like thudding around the place, like clearly searching out for its quarry. And at this point, you can kind of like get to the village without immediately like catching its attention. A big sigh of relief as you kind of enter this village filled with.
How was that?
I don't fucking.
And
this place is crazy.
What have we got ourselves into?
And you hear this kind of chanting, kind of from the campfire, people kind of singing around. It's got like having like a lunch ceremony here, and drinking from this big communal pot. These people who appear to be like, you'd probably describe them as like tribal or savages, because they're not wearing like proper clothing really. They're kind of just wearing shifts, and pretty scantily clad because it's really, really hot here on this island. You see a mixture of both men and women. The men appear to have kind of like hunting spears and stuff which they've like created and fashioned, and kind of stuck rocks on them. They seem to be pretty basic in terms of their weaponry and no armor. There are probably about 50 people in this village. They each have kind of like little huts and stuff, probably about 20 or so huts. There appears to be a kind of central hut, which probably is a chieftain's hut or something like that, which appears to be much nicer and better built than any of the others and bigger. There appears to be like all of them just kind of drinking in a circle at this point. But they're going to spot you coming in unless you're kind of stealthily entering in. Are you trying to sneak in?
As we come on to the village, I definitely don't want to just like walk on in unannounced. So,
but if we're friendly, I mean, if we're going to be seen sneaking around, they're going to think they're up to no good. If we come in walking with like arms open, we'd be like, we see Chief.
Or they might just murder us for imposing on their territory. You can walk on in and I'll hide back and
all right, if anything goes bad with my walking in, you get me out. All right,
so like I'm assuming the way I picture this, there's like a little village. Are there trees that surround the village at any point? Like maybe like climb up into the trees and get like a vantage point view to see down into the center pit.
Yeah, you can see right in as you see Pearl, little Pearl enter the arena.
My bow. I'm actually gonna kind of have my bow ready to fire down into the village if things turn sour at any point.
Yeah, immediately kind of everyone turns as they kind of interrupt their moment. and like the men with spears kind of immediately start to kind of like come over in like a defensive formation. A bunch of them kind of like pointing their spears towards you, making these kind of like and one of them's. Ooh.
Were they dancing around the fire before we got there?
They weren't dancing as such. They're more just kind of drinking and singing a bit.
I'm going to try and sing along with them, like try and mimic what I heard.
Okay, this is a performance.
Like, I'm interested.
How to be terribly offensive to it. Yeah. Roll me a performance check and see if you can nail it. That's 20. For some reason, you know this song word for word. Like you just caught on. Like it's a pretty catchy little riff that they have going, and so you just kind of pick up on this riff, and then suddenly they're just like, and like they're clapping and going as well, and they're like getting into it, and then oh yes, she's good, and then suddenly like 5 minutes later, it's like Pearl like dressed up as one of these people with like painting all over him, like just wearing like a shift, like being like drinking the blood of some cattle and stuff like that, and drinking the blood of some dinosaurs, and Keithling's just watching all of this from the tree, like what the hell?
He's like, what the hell? I think he's converted. He's got the face paint on and everything.
Yeah, he's got a wound on him, and like a few years later, you kind of sit down. Yeah, after that, and it's like good sing, good voice.
Thank you. And me, brother, as in over there. Cool.
He looks at the tree.
Heart.
Yes, nature, brother. He like pats you on the head.
No, yeah. I'm just gonna look around, and be like.
Keithling, you see a Pearl motioning towards you.
I see this, and I'm like hiding in the trees, like trying not to have him give away my position at this point.
I'm like, alright, I'll look back and be like, you, Chief.
Chief Unga.
Unga.
And he like points towards the big chieftain's like hut.
May I speak with him?
He looks at that sign for oyster and he's very confused. But he's like, speak with Chief, yeah.
Yes.
And he like pulls you up alongside him to go talk to the chief. He kind of like knocks on the hut, and like the door opens. This massive man. He's like more. There's clearly some like giant's blood in this man's running through this man's veins, because he's like 7 feet tall, 7.5 feet tall. He's got a big kind of stone axe which has been carved on one hip, and similarly he's not wearing much. He's got this kind of rippling muscles, and he says, "Oh, guest," as he like kind of lets you in, and like and then he says, "Wives," and then he like shuffles his 3 wives out of the room. And
I kind of like being here.
I could live here. Yeah, no. I should be chief. No. Yeah. And he kind of sits you down. He kind of gives you his bowl, which is it's kind of this like spiced blood, basically, which you've like tried before, but it's actually like really good. It's kind of like a stew, so it's hot, and they've clearly put some like local spices in to less like dinosaur blood and stuff, which is for some reason kind of good. And he says, "Ooh."
Who? Me?
We.
Pearl, Onyx. Do you speak?
Common. Yes.
Yes.
We know lots of words. Good, very.
Yeah. So you live here all life?
Yes.
Okay.
And my chieftain before him, and my chieftain before him, and his chieftain before him.
Me and my brother. We come here for interesting things, like things in forests we need help finding.
Dinosaur.
No.
Big.
No. And do I see like any parchment lying around or like?
They don't. These people don't write anything down.
I'm gonna get a piece of
Completely oral
twig,
culture.
and I'm gonna like draw a picture of like a page with scribbles on it, like page, and then like a chest next to it, like make like a chest, like a diagram next to it, like.
Go on, Liz.
Yeah.
Got a bit of color left, a little bit of color.
Any help at all?
Thanks, Benner, for following. Welcome, my friendly adventure. You're a gentleman and a scholar, sir. So he looks at you with some confusion, and he says, "I mean, no need, just could ask hermit."
Okay. Is there any? What is on island?
There's Unga tribe. And like,
Unga.
there's Unga tribe. There is the bones of ancient monster. There is dinos, ores, and there is the hermit.
The hermit.
A hermit.
What
He
is
live
hermit?
on own. He no tribe, but
Good man.
he does this like you did.
Yeah.
He strangers, and he like points to you. He meets with strangers from sea.
We see.
Yes, I see.
Yes.
He like grins.
And I'm gonna get that moss I had in my bag, but like, moss, good token of thank you hospitality or thank you home.
He like gets out a pipe, which is clearly an item from the mainland, like a luxury item. He gets a pipe and kind of puts his moss in it, like lights it up. Oh, good.
Yes.
Moss Iwana.
Jesus.
What?
Moss Iwana.
Would you care?
He passes it to you.
Is it like a crude? How is he lighting this? Is it like a crude like?
Like tinderbox. And,
Yeah.
yeah.
I'm like, I've got it in my hand. I'm like, trying to see if I can get it.
Yeah, he, like after all, he probably like helps you out and just sets on for you.
Like,
Oh.
good, very good.
Yeah. He nods.
And I'll notion.
You want to meet hermit?
Yes. Direction
West
west.
for one day.
One day west. Okay. And I'll like get up and like bow like, thank you for your audience. You have beautiful wife.
Oh. Yeah, he grins. Yes.
Yes.
Many wife. Many wife.
Many wife. Good.
He like claps you on the shoulder. He says, "Now you spend night." No.
What time is it?
Yeah, it's like
do I need to
mid-afternoon.
have-
Yeah,
is-
mid-afternoon.
We come back after hermit. We sleep. Many festivities, drink and join.
Okay.
And I'll bow again. And I'll say exit 10. I'm looking around see if I can see Keefling. Where the f is he?
Hey, as far as you can tell, he's like still in his tree.
Yeah.
I would like looking like. Oh.
All right, and at that point, when I see him come back out of the hut, I'll assume that everything's been cool, and I'll climb back down, and I'll just kind of wait by the entrance.
Okay.
And I'll stumble over there. I'm kind of like not seeing too straight right now. It's a little bit, blurry. I'm like rub my eyes, like, hi.
What's wrong with you? Hello?
Hi.
Hi, you too.
Hi.
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 What did he say?
Oh, sorry. He have beautiful wives. Beautiful wives. Okay, the wives were beautiful.
That's nice. Did you find the pages?
What? Oh, yes, the pages. Hermit. He said something about a hermit. People come overseas, and there's a hermit here. Apparently to the west. The day
like a crab, like the little crabs.
Honestly, I don't even know. Like, I think he didn't speak English very well. I guess. I mean, it's our only lead.
So the hermit crab stole the pages. It's good info, Pearl. Well done.
Thank you. I mean, you try talking to these people. All right.
Whatever they did to you, I don't want to deal with that. So.
Oh yeah, that moss. We're taking some of that back. Okay, we're taking some of that moss back.
What do you mean? What happened to the moss?
You'll see.
Okay. So where is this supposed hermit, Pearl?
West Owl Camp, day's trip. I'm guessing just go straight out west.
A day's trip. Okay, we have to go back to the beach then, because we told that guy that if we weren't back by the morning, to assume that something happened. So we have to like relay a message somehow.
Could we smoke signal him?
I mean, there's already a smoke signal you can see from the beach. I doubt that would make them come.
That's just a straight smoke. They're not wafting it or anything.
It's true.
We waft it like.
We waft.
Left.
Why don't we just walk there?
You want to go past that dinosaur again?
Well, now we know, we can be a little more cautious, or maybe even go like a different route around that path.
Sure.
It's better than hoping on a smoke signal, I think, at this point.
Alright.
I don't even know they would come. You might think it's a trap.
I mean, I could ask Chieftain. Maybe he can send one of the Oonga people to go tell him that we're traveling.
Are you and the chieftain that you guys are that tight? Like you might do that?
Oh yeah. We pretty much bonded over
the moss.
Yeah, the moss and some delightful women. So we should probably tell him maybe
380 moss it. Is that what I'm hearing?
just wait. If we're going back in there, you're trying it. You're trying it. Okay.
No.
People have it made.
Straight edge. Thank you.
They have it made here. Okay.
Up with hope, down with moss, baby. That's what I always say.
Paul's like, legalize it and
Burn Sanders.
All right, why don't we go talk to your chieftain real quick and see if he can send message to the beach.
Okay. Sure.
The guy that said doesn't speak very well.
And I'll
see if we can get him to relay a message for us.
He spoke better than some of the other people here, so I'm not saying something. Okay.
We can always just write a note as well.
Write a note? Do you think they can read? Oh no, the guy in the boat. You think he can read? The pirate with missing a leg. You think he can read?
What is having two legs have to do with reading, Pearl?
He's a pirate. They don't know to read.
Any paraplegics out there? I apologize.
That is not what I meant.
I know you can read.
He's a pirate. You think they learn how to read?
Yeah, read maps and stuff. I'm sure they. Anyway. So yeah, let's go talk to your chieftain.
He's a blacksmith. No, he's a pirate. All right, so you guys head back to the chieftain, to Chieftain Unger, who's like back in the village, smoking some marijuana. He opens up. His eyes are kind of bloodshot. Stranger friend.
Brother, look at my face.
Kin, brother.
Oh,
brother.
Yes. Fuck, I forgot. What are we in here for again? Oh, the messenger.
Moss.
Friends
on
moss. The beach to the would that be the east? I assume. Like would I could use sun to tell? So like friends to east on beach. Need to give a message. Can you help? Yeah.
But is dangerous through forest, so
Moss?
Yeah,
Can we
pay in moss?
He wants more moss. They don't
moss.
know.
Yeah, they don't have currency.
All right. That moss free. We'll bring more after Hermit.
We bring.
Yes.
Lots of moss.
Pounds of moss.
The dankest of the moss.
Good. He seems very happy with this indeed.
It's that good, yes.
Is that like good? Yeah. Perfect. So he agrees, so he sends out a he says, what you want to say?
I'm trying to see if I have anything that I could like write on. In this bag here, I've got
a mess kit. I have no idea what that is.
What is a mess kit?
I don't even know what it is.
Does it have any cleaning cloths in it by chance? Is that kind of a mess kit?
It's safe enough to say you guys could probably like find a piece of parchment on like one of you, you know. Like,
yeah, and I'll
back of a map or something.
Maybe like use like a stick in one of their fires, like that has ash on the end that has been burnt, and I'll use it to write like need 3 days, because I'm thinking a day there,
a day back,
and a day to accomplish anything between the travel.
3 days though.
Need 3 days.
They're not gonna wait at that. I mean, they're gonna have to come back. Like that's. They're not gonna sit at that beach for 3 days for us, are they?
Hopefully.
Are they?
If not, we can live among the tribe for the rest of our lives.
I'm alright with that. They have a good line, right?
That is a good thing going on there.
They get multiple wives, you know.
Just alright, I'll write. Need 3 days. Elion will pay extra.
Okay.
Yeah, actually, they like gold, so.
Okay.
We just strap like a little piece of gold to it, I guess. Like.
Okay. Yeah, note that down. And one of the runners from the tribe begins to just kind of run off into the forest. So you guys are free to continue your travels.
West it is, right, Keeper?
Do what?
West.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. At this point, we'd have to start heading out that way, I suppose.
All right. So you guys head on west, back into the jungles where the giant lizard creatures have been seen before, been sighted. So why don't you guys roll me survival checks, or whoever's leading the way can roll me a survival check.
I'd say we're both walking in
Both
unison.
are in
So.
unison. You can both roll me.
8.
There we go. Oh boy. So it grows dark very quickly, and before you know it, really, it's getting dark, and you realize that you don't know if you're still heading west because you've lost the sun. You got turned around at some point. And of course, all like the sounds of the nature and like the kind of dinosaurs around the jungle and forest at night kind of intensify, and so it kind of grows more kind of insidious in nature. Like all the previously the little insect noise you didn't think much of, but now maybe they're giant creatures coming to eat you or whatever.
Is there any moss on the trees by chance?
There is, but you don't know if it's like the right kind of moss. It only grows on one side, so.
Well, that's why I asked, because I would have
probably,
basic knowledge that
probably,
moss would grow on the sun side, which when the sun rises in the east.
Yeah.
How the hell? Is that true? Is that true?
That is, that's
true.
Very basic knowledge.
Really?
Yeah.
Tell directions based on moss.
Yeah. That's why like some houses and stuff are like really mossy on the front, they look on the back, and they're not, or like vice versa.
That's interesting. I didn't know that.
Would I be able to use that to try and keep some sort of bearing on directional?
Oh, I like that. That's clever. I think it's good. So yeah, you yeah, you can manage to kind of bear yourself in roughly the kind of right direction. I mean, it's not by no means like a direct like compass marking or anything. It'll just kind of basically this should be vaguely the kind of right way, and head off toward the hermit cave, which you're looking for, off to the west. So after travel, you realise it's late and you've got to travel for a whole day. So are you guys going to camp at night, or are you going to continue walking on through the night?
I wouldn't suggest camping out here. It's kind of unless we climbed a tree and then camped in a tree, but we're probably gonna get eaten by squirrels.
Eve has cleaned them before, so.
It's up to you. Do you want to?
I'd say let's look for some sort of like. We are at the cave, or we're still in
no,
direction?
you know, it's like a day's travel, so you're gonna get there like tomorrow midday, according to.
I'd say we should rest. I mean,
yeah, I'd say look for some sort of cover, whether it be like a rock kind of overhang, or
why don't we just go up into trees and tie ourselves to a branch and just sleep there for the night?
those six-legged squirrel things climb up into those trees. I am not sleeping up there.
It's better than fire ants being up your ass.
I didn't say anything about fire, but like let's find some sort of like some sort of cover.
And spiders. We're gonna get eaten out here. We're in little small halflings. The probably the spiders are bigger than us.
I vote for cave. Or
you want to keep walking?
Cover. No, I like find cover, not
okay.
go to the cave, but just like better than sleeping in a tree.
Actually, I'm gonna take this chance. Actually, if it's dark enough, I'm gonna get this scrying orb. I'm just gonna hold it up and just look around, see if do I see anything.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you roll me using the scrying orb? A perception check at advantage because you're using the monocle of C. So 12.
12.
Not bad. Not so terrible. I'm used to the other week of the 24-hour string we were playing like level 17 characters, so everyone's rolling like 35 and 40. I'm like, okay, yeah. But yeah, 12 for level 1, yeah, not bad. So you actually managed to spot like a little kind of cove, I guess, a little sort of cut away into a kind of a large rock. It's not like a cave as such; it doesn't go that deep, but it does have like shelter in it, enough for that two halflings need to like lay down their stuff and sleep. It looks fairly sheltered and fairly well hidden.
Okay, hey, keep it this way. And I follow the scrying orb down, like this way, until we get.
All right, I'll follow him.
Nice. I like that you linked the truth about Moss as if there's some conspiracy going on.
It's not like a perfect thing, but it definitely is useful. Tagazoo.
The real story about Moss. What you didn't know. It's cool. So yeah, you come to this little kind of cove, and you can set up your camp and whatever. You're gonna start a fire.
Unless we can cover this and make sure.
No. We have the potion, the light potion. It's
it's probably, I guess, yeah. It's the thing with the environment is it gets very hot in the day and very cold at night.
Let's campfire up, but let's see if is there any way we can set up the campfire that it's like in the back of the cave where it can't be like illuminating out.
Yeah, that would work. Yeah, you kind of mute the light range of it, definitely.
Yeah, so let's position it that way so we don't attract trouble.
Perfect. So you set up a little camp. Try and kind of camp down as best you can and sleep full night. Are you guys taking watches, or are you just both sleeping?
I would probably alternate. I think it'd be the safest thing.
6 and 6.
You need 8 hours, correct, for a long rest?
Yep.
We don't even really need a long rest at this point.
I mean, you're not. Like health-wise, you guys are fine, right?
I'm cast anything, and I don't really know how to cast things right now. So
I'd say like fatigue, kind of a shorter rest would be okay. So maybe just like sleep for 4, and I'll just, stay awake, and then
6 and 6 is good. We both get 6, and we've slept 12 hours total. And from now, that'll be towards midday.
It's half a day.
Do you wanna do you wanna do 4 and 4?
I'd say 4 and 4.
All right, 4 and 4.
Alright then. So you guys sleep for a while. Why don't you Keith, you roll me a perception check if you're taking the first watch here. Just to see 12. If you spot any horrors in the night. Yeah, you actually see one of these creatures going past just a ways off in the night. You can just make out its shadow. again, still kind of like you hear it kind of like sniffing and stuff in the night, just kind of trying to hunt out its scent. And then you hear like a big like crash through the undergrowth, which might even wake up Pearl. And as it kind of like takes down a tree, and it begins to this kind of nest of these little like six-legged squirrels things which were in here, just begins to like tear through their nests and just eat all of them. And clearly kind of it just takes down a whole tree basically. It's not fucking around.
Okay.
It's a good thing we didn't sleep in a tree.
Well, yeah, true.
I'm gonna snuff out the cat for like.
Yeah. What are you doing?
Put it out!
Put it out, you fools! Put it out! So, Pearl, if you're taking the next shift, roll me a quick perception check.
Sure.
What a watch, indeed.
Nat 21.
Natural 20. You see all of the sights around you. You see every last thing. You pick up every snore from Keith as he's Keithling as he's sleeping. But yeah, as far as like horrible things coming to murder you in the night, you're all good. So you wake up the next day, Keithling at dawn, and ready to set out again. You can pack up your ship and head on out for the next bit of your travel towards the west. Again, you can carry the sun. You were going about the right way due to the truth about Moss. And as you guys are. Turn a corner in the jungle. Basically, you come out from into like a little clearing, and you see what appears to be like a cave entrance leading down into. It would be darkness, but there are actual torches lit here, so there's clearly someone living around here. In this little cave, and there's actually like smoke coming from out of the cave. Someone's clearly got a fire going on from within there.
Okay.
Do you want to maybe try and wait until? Well, it's a hermit. It probably doesn't leave the cave.
Never gonna come out, right? We can come in with food and look like we've got good fortune giving him food. Do you want to kill one of the squirrels again? Give him some food.
Kill a squirrel.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can try and bring him a peace offering. He lives
we
here. Why don't we try and
something.
some food for him? I will try to find another nest with these things and look for one that's distracted or even sleeping if possible.
Sure. Roll me another attack. See if you can get this six-legged squirrel.
Oh, for God's sake!
22. So yeah, you just punt one down.
Getting pretty good with this
Yeah,
thing.
you're getting pretty good.
Falls down. You can pick it up, take its lifeless corpse in one hand, and
I'll wrap it up and throw it in the bag.
all right then.
Six-legged squirrel.
Yeah, we got it back. Okay. So these are useful for bait.
Yeah.
You get several of these, I think. So yeah, you get this thing, and the two of you can head down on into the Hermit's Cave, and I think that is where we're ending this episode, because we've got to get on to our next show actually in just a few minutes here. But that was episode 1 of the Luskan Almanac. So what did you guys think? I'd be interested in hearing your thoughts.
Absolutely outstanding, phenomenal job, Will. Amazing.
You guys were
That's
awesome.
so much
as well.
fun. Yeah,
Yeah, I enjoyed that quite a bit.
and that was so fun.
The first couple episodes are always like some of the crazier ones too. 'Cause
Yeah.
you just have no idea what direction, and like coming in today, I had no idea what anything was going to be. And now that we have some perspective on what's going on, I enjoyed it quite a bit, man. I had a great time today. So
Good. Yeah, I thought, fuck it, why don't we do time travel for once? Because
I know. Yeah. Right.
that sounded
ready to go back and save the day of today. You know.
yeah.
I really like this hour too. Like the hours for this is perfect. Like 12 till this time.
Yeah, that works. Well.
Fresh. You're able to interact more. You're not lethargic.
Yeah.
It's nice.
Yeah, I agree. So, clappers. Awesome stuff, guys. Really enjoyed that one. So we're whilst this show is over, we're moving on to the Curse of Strahd next. We're moving on to Ravenloft. It's session 4? No, session 3 of that game. In fact, only session 3 of the Curse of Strahd. So I've got some new players coming in. I'm continuing on for another 3 hours, so don't go anywhere. And we're of course back with the Luskan Almanac next week at the same time. So do join us then at 12 p.m. EDT. I messed it up.
Yes, well.
12 p.m. EDT. It's hour changes in the UK. Fuck everyone. I hate time changes. So 12 p.m. EDT is the time for these afternoon shows. So be sure to join us. Then next week as well. But yeah, you guys want to kind of plug any things that you're doing at the moment? You know?
No, I mean this is the only thing relevant to anything. So if you guys enjoyed it, definitely come back next Wednesday, because this is, again, I don't know if you caught in the very beginning, but this is something we are going to be doing pretty long term. This is the only D&D session that I think either of us playing. So it is kind of our weekly D&D, and definitely something that's going to be for a while. We just kind of exited a previous campaign that was, I think we were like week 43 at the time.
44 or something
along those lines. We had some character deaths and just decided ultimately that we were no longer going to continue on to that one. But this is something we are committed to, and provided that Will's willing to do it, we are willing to play it. So thank you guys very much for coming out to our very first episode, and we'll definitely be back next Wednesday for sure.
Yeah.
Much more giggles and laughs to come for next week as well.
Indeed, yeah. I can't.
Oh yeah. So, out of curiosity, was there any twist of fate that we can see? As far as
the first one was either giant ratmen, sewer alligators, or the Gatherers, an unknown race. And the second one was either a mystical. A magical parchment, I think, with undefined what it does, and the second one was dinosaurs. So obviously we were in a dinosaur.
You would pick dinosaurs.
Yeah.
You guys will die. We get it.
Yeah.
Dude, you give them dinosaurs as an option, it doesn't matter what the other option.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. Even I.
That was actually one thing when we kind of came into this, we had the idea that if anyone's ever played Life is Strange.
Yeah,
it's one of my favorite games I've ever played, mostly because there's a lot of times where there's multiple paths and they're pretty black and white. They lead to two separate things, and we're gonna try and have that incorporated into every single episode. And we did a great job already with 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
To have points where you guys can kind of really change things, and that's what all this is about for sure. It's a little bit of fun with everything too, and you guys get involved. So.
Yeah.